Hello, Startup Vision. I'm Nicolas Celier, the co-founder of Ring Capital, a growth equity tech fund operating from France.
Hello, Nicolas. Thank you so much for being with us today on Startup Vision TV. So Ring Capital, which you co-founded with Geoffroy Bragadier, is a later stage investor. You specialize in scale-ups, and we all know that it's very difficult to find the next champion. So how do you scout the right scale-ups, and how do you help them? And also, what is the collective intelligence you're talking about?
All right, it's a tough question. It's a long-term work. First, it's obvious, but reputation in our sector is critical to attract good entrepreneurs. And by reputation, I think key criteria are first to be professional, to be committed along with our entrepreneurs, to be honest, of course. And as we spend a lot of time with entrepreneurs, the most important thing is to be nice to work with, even though it can sound a bit odd in a world of financial investors, but being nice is a key criteria. Then, and that's pretty new, but we have to establish a very a strong brand which is very differentiated, and that's not easy stuff for an investment fund. And on top of that, to attract the good entrepreneur, our brand has to be very inspiring, which is quite a challenge for a venture capitalist. And second, I think we live in a digital world with a lot of data, a lot of startup, a lot of initiative, and we have to develop the right tools to help us to automate deal sourcing as much as it can be. Therefore, at Ring, we have our own internal R&D team, which is working pretty hard to develop these tools, and we have also freelance developers around the world that help us being more efficient in identifying and contacting the good companies, the promising companies. So that's for scouting. Your question regarding collective intelligence is a tough one, but we are starting. It's a never-going process, but we have the strong conviction that our world is too complex and too competitive for us to succeed alone. Even if we are a good team, we have in the team a lot of guys with a very diverse expertise in tech, in data, in digital marketing, in entrepreneurship. But even though we are too small, lost in this world to succeed alone, therefore we have tried to build quite an open ecosystem, which is made first of the team, right, of our investors, of our key suppliers, of portfolio companies, of experts, of our senior advisors, with whom we interact constantly for the benefit of the portfolio companies, of course, but hopefully for the benefit of all members of this ecosystem. If everybody gets a profit with this interaction, then we can build something pretty efficient for us and for the entrepreneurs we are supporting. So
you have a passion for the ocean and for sailing. So at Ring, it's we can say that you're in your element. It's like being the captain of a ship, being in charge, but at the same time being close to your crew and with a strong element of trust, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good image. I haven't thought about it, but
I know your passion.
Yeah, it's a passion, an old passion. It takes some time. Sailing is slow, so it takes quite some time. So something you do very intensively or not. I haven't been sailing for a couple of years, but it's a good image. It's like on a crew, if a fund performs, the whole team wins. If the fund does not perform, it's game over and everybody loses. So it's a bit like crossing an ocean on a boat. Either the whole team makes it to the other side, or nobody makes it. That's quite tragic, but there is no alternative to that. So it's true that I think we also view at Ring teamwork as being close to what you do as a sailing crew. We work in a very collective manner. we are fully transparent to the team. As in a crew, you have to be transparent. Everybody has to know what the situation, where we are heading to, what the danger, the meteo, the weather conditions, the rocks on the track. So we have to be very transparent, and we all share information. I don't know whether you've been on a racing boat, but everybody speaks. Everybody informs the other about the situation at his own in his desk. So we need everybody's input to make all decisions. Everybody participates in all decisions. And as on a boat, the way we design the team, everybody has a specific responsibility with a very large scope of autonomy. There are investors within the team that are responsible for CSR throughout the firm. Marie Capucine, she's an investor. She has a good expertise in digital marketing. She's also responsible for the fund or marketing strategy. We have a data scientist who's responsible for all this automated sourcing tools. So everybody has his area of autonomy, of responsibility, a bit like on a sailing boat where the main sail trimmer, the number one, is really free to make his own decision on his dedicated area. And so at the end of the day, like on a boat, everybody is very dependent on everybody else's decision. And the skipper, it's easy. The skipper just takes the final responsibility and try to take the stress that goes with it to make sure all the team is stress-free and can be focused and good.
That's what we say, it's easy. In fact, it's not easy because first you have to select the team, work with them, and build up this atmosphere. Another thing which is very important for you is impact. It's important for Ring, it's important for you. It's been a recurring matter in your life and in your career. So let's talk about that.
Well, yeah, it's becoming quite a fashionable stuff that used not to be the case, but it's true. I've always been fascinating between consistency, between doing things well and successfully. And it's true that for a couple of years ago, I launched a small business angel VC impact fund. It was, I think, 2011, 2012. And at that time, with a group of friends, and at that time, everybody thought we were dreamers. They say, look, you have smoked marijuana or what? It's so hard for a startup to be growing successfully that if you want them to grow, but at the same time to have an impact, it's serving two masters. You're going nowhere. It's a nice dream, but you'll go nowhere. And very, very few people thought at that time that social impact or environmental impact could go along with economic performance. It's quite funny because now it's quite the opposite. Now we realize there's no way we can let the economy and business destroy lives and our planet. There's no alternative. We have to make them work together, and I think by innovating and putting impact at the core of business models, we can make things right and at the same time achieve a much more sustainable economic growth. So, for instance, at Ring, we made an investment in a company called Castali. It's a water distribution company. And the founder, since he was a kid, he said he was very offended by the use of plastic in water bottles. So his mission is put an end to the craziness of plastic bottles. So first, they are doing great. They are outperforming their business plan. And each time they sell their water fountain and their kit, they avoid tons of plastics to ruin the planet. So it's a good example of how, if you innovate with this in mind, how you can find a planet alignment between something which is good for the planet and live on it with economic profitability.
I think it's really for the future. It's the trend, so.
Yes, it's a trend, and we are very lucky because the digital revolution, which is, if we innovate the right way, can be of great help to find new solution to ancestral problems or to the major challenge we are facing. It's a bit like if you take your image of a boat, like for a boat, moving forward is good, but if you don't go in the right direction, you don't in the right course, you just go nowhere. And I think it's same for us. Our business stamina, business energy, entrepreneurship is great as long as it has a direction, it has a course. And I think profit is not a course, but impact can, I think, definitely be a course or a direction.
So what's next for Ring Capital now?
But you tell me. No, I don't know. I think riding the next wave, stay focused, enjoy the trip, and get everybody safe to port. That'd be great.
Okay, Captain, we'll do that. Thank you, Nicolas, for sharing all those thoughts with us today.
Welcome. Thank you very much for your time.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.